G'day everybody, this is Type40 Artist, and a little while ago I set up a challenge for the guys at the We the Creators Discord group to create their own variants of regional variant Pokemon. So as you can see here, I've just got a brief description of an Incan inspired Sableye, I believe it's pronounced. I'm going to have a brief description up of each of them as they go, just like that. If you want to read more, just pause the video, but I didn't want to break the video up too much with it either and slow it down. So yeah, some really interesting ones. I particularly liked this one of Wailord, where it actually evolves two different ways. So it's got the ice type there, and then the air type, and then it's showing the original as well. But yeah, lots of really cool creations in here, and lots of really inventive ways of looking at it. Oh, this one as well, Svil moving to tropical, inspired by Pufferfish. I just adore this design, and yeah, I think this one's really cool. Yes, and this one is one from Phorde. He spells his name a little bit differently in Discord, but he does have a YouTube channel that I will link to as well. He's actually recorded a video for it. Some people have recorded videos, some people haven't. Some people have got voiceovers. Phorde does not, but still, I really like the grass type Blastoids that he's done. Really cool. It really reminds me of back when I was doing the What If Pokemon series, and this is a really cool idea that I could have used back when I was doing that, because I didn't really like my grass water Blastoids that I made. But he's also doing a steel type here as well, so that turns out really cool as well. And yeah, really like out of the two, the grass one's my favorite, but yeah, the steel one still turned out really well as well. As I mentioned, I will link to his channel in the description below, and I'll also try to link to as many other artists as possible for their Instagram and or YouTube if they've got one. So go check them all out. There's lots of really cool artists involved with this one, and yeah, it's always good to find new art, so go check them out. Klint actually has a heap of other Pokemon that he's done, like a whole team's worth from the eastern US region, so go check that out on his Instagram, linked below. This one as well is really cool idea. I like the Celtic inspiration and the just the whole style of it. Very, very cool. I really like this one because I think Mexican culture has really interesting celebrations and visuals around death, and it's really nice to see Gengar adapted in that style. So this one is from Haddy the Creator, who has done 3 separate Cubones, one for water, one for grass, and one for fairy type. He hasn't specifically labelled down the regions that they'd be from, but I reckon this would be really cool in some various different regions. By the way, Haddy the Creator is the person that first started the We the Creators group. So if you haven't checked out his channel already, go check that out. He's got plenty of links to the group, and it's a free open group at the moment. So go in there if you want to join into this kind of stuff. Go into there, join in the fun. There's plenty of challenges and things like that to partake in. And plenty of other people doing collaborations and things like that in there as well. So great place to check out, highly recommend it. It's been really good just to have like-minded people to talk to. Yeah. I especially like the skull shapes that he's got with these 3 different cubones. Really interesting shapes and unique. And I think the fairy type is my favourite. What about you guys? Although I do like the tentacles on the water type, but if looking at purely skull shape, the fairy type is my favourite. So this is the second one on the video from Hallalisko, I believe it's pronounced. So they've done Camerumped, and it's more inspired by an actual camel, which I think is a really cool idea. They have done quite a few submissions for this one, and they are all fantastic. They may be out of order from when they actually put them in, because I've just put them in the order that they were saved into from my files, so it's probably alphabetical order based on the file name. But yeah, there's more to come from Hallalisko. For those of you that don't know, a Tasmanian tiger, also known as a thylacine, is a recently said to be extinct creature that lived in Tasmania and other parts of Australia. Go look that up if you are more interested in that.
everybody, it's SaskiaSketches, and today I'm drawing a Pokemon for Type40 Artist collab that he hosted on Nivy Creators. So I wanted to draw a Galarian Persian because I was a little bit sad that a Galarian Meowth didn't evolve into a big monster Persian, so that's what I tried to figure out. And I first drew the normal Persian and the Galarian form of Meowth to kind of figure out how to combine the two of them. And I also really liked the idea of the big smile on the Galarian Meowth, so I wanted to incorporate that in my final design. And when I drew that, I thought of a Cheshire cat, the one from Alice in Wonderland, and I thought that would be super cool to incorporate. So I first sketched it out with a pencil, which I normally don't do. I'm normally just just sketch everything in ballpoint pen and then go over with watercolors, but I wanted to try working with markers today. So I then lined everything in a black fine liner. I think it was a 1.3, 1.2, something along those lines, and then I went over with my markers to try and give it a nice color scheme. And I tried to stay quite faithful to the color scheme of the Galarian Meowth, and I really did like how that looked and how those colors look together, and I thought it would be a good idea to use them together, otherwise maybe you wouldn't really see that they evolved from that like my design evolved from Galarian Meowth. So I really had fun trying to figure out how to draw this, because I do really like the design. I didn't do many sketches as I normally would have done, probably quite a few. I really did like the one that I came up with first, so I decided to just go with that one instead. And I really did enjoy just you know, spending time working on this. The first color that I used was E43 for the skin, I mean, of fur, but I found it a bit too saturated, so I dulled it down with a warm grey, and I do really like how that came out. And then I tried to do the shadows. I also grabbed a grey for that as well, and I really do enjoy how this came out.
So now we have come to my submission in the challenge, which I've chosen to do Lapras. I actually intended to do Lapras right from the very beginning. You would notice that there were 2 other Laprases done as well, which is really cool to see. So many different takes on the one Pokemon. I think that Lapras was the first one that came to mind when I thought of the challenge, quite honestly. He's a bit of a blank canvas, so it was easy to adapt to Lapras. So this one particularly, it is based on the fact that around the world there's many polluted rivers, some more infamous than others, and this Lapras has adapted itself to one of those rivers. So in the lore I created in my head, this Lapras actually goes and absorbs the pollution from the water, and it expels that pollution as oxygen, much like a tree would. So I've put him as a water grass type, and it can expel the poison like in its natural state or in a toxic state if threatened, but generally what it expels is oxygen in an attempt to clean its surroundings. Okay, so we are coming towards the end of the video, so there's only a few more to go. Another Australian inspired one coming up here, so that's really cool. A dingo Lucario. But yeah, as I was saying before I got sidetracked, if you like this video, hit that like button. Do subscribe to see more videos like this. I do plan on maybe doing another challenge down the track. Not anytime soon, but yeah, also go check out everyone that I've got listed in the description here, as there's some really cool artists like I mentioned before. Thanks.